In this VideoNet interview, I'm speaking with Christophe Alnet, Managing Director at NetGem. Hello, Christophe.
Hello.
It looks increasingly as if pay TV operators have little choice but to integrate over-the-top type services into their managed TV offers. I mean, how do they do that in practice?
Well, it's true that there is a big trend in the market and a lot of excitement about bringing some internet service on the television. So there are two ways of doing that. Maybe the traditional way that has been so far developed, which is offering some broadband services through an internet connection from the TV set. But most of what has been developed so far are services where you have two separate worlds: the broadcast world on one hand and the broadband world on the other hand. And what's, I think, the challenge is, if you really want to develop a great customer experience, is how you will enrich the TV broadcast traditional experience with great internet services that will not just be delivered as they are on the PC, but they are modified and they are adapted so that they enrich the customer experience. Let me give you one example. Having a Facebook on the TV set is probably nice to show once or twice to your friends, but I'm not sure people will use it as they do on the PC. On the contrary, what's important is how you can use the richness of data, of recommendation, of what your friend thinks about the TV shows or programs, and enrich your electronic program guide with those information. So it's not just about bringing internet services, it's how you blend those internet services into the TV experience.
Okay, so the content still remains the king, if you like, and you just have to sort of supplement it with other things.
To have a great blend of content and a great experience, you need also to have a very good technology behind. It's not just a matter of content.
Yeah, I mean, what about applications and widgets? I mean, what kind of role do they perform in this world? Because it looks as if it might be possible to start sort of clicking on a logo that takes you to a channel rather than going to the electronic guide. I mean, I just wonder how you think the user interface might look.
Well, what's very important is the fact that for the user, things are transparent, whether the information comes from the broadcast, the broadband, the home network. Today, the users have more and more contents available, but they don't want to have the issue of thinking about where is the information. We need to present that into a seamless and transparent user interface. That's something which is for us very important and a key differentiator. We should not forget that, and I know pay TV operators or TV operators knows about that. It's all about TV. It's not about bringing the internet on the TV set. We don't think this is going to work. It seems like we are back in the 90s where we used to have this Yahoo search bar on the TV set with a keyboard on the knees. No, they have now multiple devices and they have different way of interacting. On the TV set, you just want to have a great TV experience and access to linear content and non-linear content. The big change we see now in the market is the maturity of the mass consumer for non-linear content. Video on demand is increasing. Catch-up TV, people understand what it means. All the new generation that come in front of the TV sets, they are not ready to sit down at 8 p.m. in the evening and say, oh, what's on TV tonight? No, they want to go and fetch what they want to see. And that's very important. Not only we have the infrastructure with the internet, but we have also the market maturity with consumers who are ready for that type of media consumption. So that's a great time for pay TV operators to embrace the internet and to open up the contents that are available for the users.
I mean, it did look originally as if this sort of whole convergence might be a threat to pay TV operators, especially as consumer electronics companies want to offer sort of converged internet-type broadcast services. I mean, is it a big opportunity, do you think, for pay TV because they have the content and people are already watching their services?
Well, I think if you mentioned the connected TV and all the IP-connected devices that come into the home, it's just put more pressure for pay TV operators to take that into account. Otherwise, yes, there is a risk that what happened with the iPhone when you see a consumer electronic company like Apple taking control of the user that the telecom operators and mobile operators thought they own. Yet they don't want that to happen again in the home, in the connected home. So that's why there is a lot of pressure on pay TV operators so that they can leverage and so that they leverage all the possibilities offered by the internet. And they have some very strong assets. One is they have the billing relationship with the customers, so they can build on that. They have a relationship with the home network. They are at the center of the home and they can extend the role of the set-top box, not only to manage one TV, but also to serve content to all those other devices in the home. So the challenge for them is to move from being just set-top to have just a set-top box delivery inside the home to a full media server that can manage the connected home. In the connected home, you have contents coming from the broadcast, from the internet, from the home network, all the recordings, all the content that the user have. It's just a bit like a home cloud. And the next generation of services that will be the winners are the ones that will be able to manage this home cloud and in some way isolate the users from the complexity of all those contents available. And something that pay TV operators knows to do very well, and that probably is tougher for consumer electronics, is that they know how to blend local contents with horizontal, large, worldwide content. You know, there is no way you can be winning in a country if you just have BBC World, let's say against BBC World or CNN. You need also to have the local channels. It's the same for the movie. And in that sense, this capacity to aggregate local and global content and to manage the digital rights that are associated to those contents is an asset and something that the pay TV operators have an edge compared to any other consumer electronic players.
Okay, so just very quickly, it sounds like the connected home is very much part of the same problem or solution as over-the-top blending. I mean, these two things go hand in hand. You have to blend and you have to make it totally connected at the same time.
Yeah, totally connected and making it easy for the users. I mean, otherwise it's going to be a nightmare with all those devices. It's not just a matter of devices, as I said, it's a matter of managing the digital rights, the content rights, the conditional access. And that's the kind of skills that technology providers such as NetGem and pay TV operators have. They know how to handle that in a way that's meaningful for the average man or woman in the street that does not want to get into the hurdle of configuring all those IP connected devices. So there is a place to take in the center of the home, and that's, I think, the key challenge for the next 18 months.
Okay, great. All right, well, we'll come back in 18 months and see how everyone's getting on with that. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.